Welcome. So today I'm going to be doing a presentation on tools for the 21st century classroom. As educators, it's important that you're keeping up with the times and you're integrating technology into the classroom as best as possible. Students seem to be very receptive to this. I'm going to jump right into the presentation at this point. We're going to discuss 5 tools today, and each of them are free to use, so you can download them as you feel. The first tool that I'm going to be discussing is going to be called ClassKick. This is a great formative assessment tool. So what it is, we'll start with that. So it was created by Andrew Rowland. So now it's got a team, more than 10 members. It's not a huge company. And if you want to find out more about their team, you can visit their website. I'll provide the link to this presentation so you can actually click on the hyperlinks in the comment section below. So what is it? So it's a way to connect learners with the person who is most ready, able, and invested in helping them. So it allows for everybody in the classroom to edit each other's work. So having the students peer review each other's work in real time on their own computers, it allows for them to collaborate and work with each other. And the teachers can easily view what each of their students are doing. So this will be on the student teacher's screen. She can one by one click on students and make sure that they're remaining on task throughout the lesson. And it's constantly being updated. I'm not 100% sure when it was originally created, but in 2017, ClassKick launched a new version called ClassKick Plus and ClassKick Pro. These do cost money, but they provide teachers with a lot more resources. So why? Why should teachers use this in the classroom? Because it allows students to share and edit each other's work. We all know the importance of peer reviewing, peer editing. We want our students to be able to collaborate, give each other better ideas, and edit each other's work before they submit a final copy. And it also makes it easier on the teacher. You have to spend less time with the individual papers, editing each one, and the monitoring tool. I think that's huge. If students are on their computers, you're always concerned about what they're doing while on their computers, and the monitoring tool allows you to make sure that they're remaining on task. So it's free to use, like I said. So you want to get away from that old pencil and paper editing. If you make a mistake, you got to scratch it out. Whereas this, you make a mistake, you can just hit backspace a few times. And then the student collaboration promotes growth and learning. The next tool that I'm going to discuss is Quizlet Live. This is a review and study tool. So what it is it was created by Quizlet and who was founded by Andrew Sutherland while he was still in high school. I thought that was very interesting that a high schooler was able to come up with such a complex software. Obviously, when he originally created it, it wasn't quite as complex as it is today, because now it has a team of more than 50 members. And if you want to find out more, like I said, I'll provide this presentation so you can click on all the hyperlinks. So it's a study tool, and it allows students to work in teams to correctly match terms and definitions. So you can either have it as a competition where you'll have groups in your classroom and they're competing against each other to match the terms and definitions fastest, or you can have it set so students can work at their own pace. A nice thing about it is it can be used on any phone, computer, or tablet, meaning that if you have class iPads, you can use it on that. If you want to take a visit to the computer lab in your school because you don't have access to it in the classroom, you can use it on any computer. It's a web-based software, so it allows you to do that. And all you need is a game code to join, so a teacher can easily create a quiz, a matching definition quiz, and then she'll share it. And with a class code, with a game code, normally it's about 6 to 7 letters and digits. They can enter that into the computer and it'll immediately jump into that game. So it was originally published in 2007. They continue to Quizlet was originally published in 2007. Quizlet is a much, much larger entity that provides all sorts of web-based study tools, including flashcards and quizzes. And then the team at Quizlet, they continue to make updates, new software such as the Quizlet Live, and there are mobile apps for iOS and Android, so you can use it on your phone or on your tablet. So this tool allows for student collaboration. As I mentioned earlier, the students are working together while using this tool. So and then also teachers can assess student understanding. So it's a summative assessment tool. So you can take from what you've learned from this assessment, you can modify your instruction to best meet the needs of your students. And then there's repetition. When the students answer one incorrectly, they have to go back and rematch all of the definitions, and repetition reinforces student learning. So in conclusion, using this tool, it allows for technology to be integrated into your summative assessments. So you're not handing them a bunch of papers. It's more interactive. Students seem to enjoy this more than old pen and paper, pencil and paper assessments. And it gives immediate feedback to your students. So opposed to them handing an assignment, waiting a week for the teacher to grade it and get it back to them, and by that point, they've already forgotten the information, this gives them feedback immediately. If they get a definition wrong, it tells them, sorry, you're gonna have to go back and retry. And then there's also some competition. And in some cases, competition can lead to learning. Not in all cases. You have to know your students. Some students prefer competition and others shut down in the face of competition. All right, next one. It's called Class Dojo, and it was created by Sam Chowdhury and Liam Don. And if you want to find more information about these guys, you can go to their About Us page. Class Dojo at this point has a team of many, many people working on their software. So what it is it's a communication tool, and it allows for users to share photos and messages. And it can be used on iOS, Microsoft, Android, and web-based. And it's very, very user-friendly. So it's a fantastic communication tool. That's the main resource. It allows communication between teachers, students, and parents, and it is immediate. So if you want to take a picture of a student who is working in the classroom and send it to their parent, say, hey, look how fantastic your child is doing today. They get that. Not only do they feel proud of their child, but they've also established a relationship with you, so that if you do have something constructive to say in the future, they'll be more open to accepting it. It was founded in August of 2011. Since its launch, they have continued to make modifications and upgrades. So in February of 2013, they launched on Android, and then really, really interesting, it's gone global. By April of 2016, Clash Dojo reached 180 countries and is in over 40 languages as well. That's a pretty phenomenal feat, and it must be great software if it's being used by that many people. I also saw somewhere that Class Dojo is being used in more than 50% of classrooms in American schools. So it's proven software. And why do you want to do this? First and foremost, you want to create a community. You want to build trust within your classroom between your students, yourself, and the parents. That community is going to allow for open communication, and that communication is going to improve student learning. And then it creates a unique classroom as well. You can provide immediate feedback to parents, as mentioned earlier, and it's constant communication. If you can maintain communication, it makes it much easier when you have something to say than springing something on a parent when they were unaware of the circumstances. So in conclusion, it's a great way to establish relationships with your parents. It's a safe and easy way to communicate. If it's all saved within that server, and if you have an issue with something that a parent has sent to you or you have sent to a parent, it can easily be accessed and brought to further. And then students, they really seem to enjoy the software. I've been in multiple classrooms where they use Class Dojo. And when students are doing well, you can actually award them dojo points, which they can use to cash in for specific rewards. It's kind of a PBIS incentive program. And anytime they hear the ding of a point going off, you can see the entire class sit up straight and focus, concentrate, because they want to earn those dojo points. All right, next one, Newsela. Newsela was founded by Matthew Gross and Dan Coggan Drew. So their team consists of members from diverse backgrounds. They have offices located in 3 different countries, and then they employ over 100 people at their offices. In order to find more, visit their About Newsela page with the link provided. What it is, it's a way for students to access information. It's a new literacy. New literacy is something different than the old reading a book or reading the newspaper. It's electronic digital literacy, and they said that it improves student literacy skills for the 21st century, which I would have to agree with in using it. And it allows students to access relevant news and nonfiction information on their reading level, which is really cool. You can actually select the Lexile level or grade level from the side of a column, and it'll take the same article and change its content slightly so that it's easier or more difficult to read. So along with the constant updates, such as ones that integrate assessments and allow for annotations. Newsela stays up to date on current events, publishing new articles daily. It's basically a news source. They're providing kid-friendly news articles, keeping them up to date on current events. Why? So students can research the same topics within their zone of proximal development. So if you have students in your classroom who are reading on different reading levels, but you want them to learn about the same content or same topics, Newsela is a great resource because they can change it to work inside of their zone of proximal development. And what this zone of proximal development is, it's the area where the most student growth occurs because they are being challenged, but it's not so difficult that they're shutting down. And then there's an assessment tool that provides instantaneous feedback. So after and during their reading, like the readings, there will actually be questions that ask them about what they've learned. So it's a great reflection tool. And then informational text allows for integration of multiple subjects. So you could be teaching, a lesson about the rainforest, which is a science lesson. And if they write a paper about the rainforest, then it's an English language arts lesson. So using the resources found on Newsela about the rainforest, they can write a paper. So we're touching on more than one subject area simultaneously. All right, so its basic use is free. That's huge. Newsela also contains entire collections, so you can search one topic and it'll bring up multiple news articles, multiple nonfiction texts. So this allows students to draw from multiple materials, and then it's a great way for students to learn about current events. It's kid-friendly news source. All right, next is Canva, and what Canva is it is a editing software where you can edit images, and it was founded by Melanie Perkins, Cliff Albrecht, and Cameron Adams. For more information about the creators and other team members, you can go to this interactive timeline. All right, so it's a design tool, and it allows users to create images, presentations, and so much more. At Canva, it's easy to use and available across many devices and operating systems. And it was created on August 26, 2013. That's when they launched their first beta, and the consumers seemed to take to it really, really well. And so they continued to make updates and additions, and including the Canva for Work platform. So that allows you to store, if you are a small business owner, or you could use it in the classroom, you can create multiple designs and store them all in one place. It's a great marketing tool. All right, and then why? The creators of this tool thought that other design tools were not easy to use. So other design tools, for example, what's the one I'm thinking of? Photoshop. Like Photoshop, people take classes just to learn how to use Photoshop. If you're not familiar with the software, odds are you're not going to be able to use it to its fullest capability. Whereas with this source, it's really, really user friendly. It's a lot of drag and drop, easy to use menus. Everything is very clear. There's actually a help button. So if you have any questions, you can type it in and it'll provide a response to that. And you can use it in your classrooms to create stunning graphics that they can use on assignments and projects, etc. It really just spruces up any assignment, get a cool graphic in there, a cool picture that you created yourself. Where if students create graphics, they have a little bit more sense of entitlement. In conclusion, so Canva has thousands of design templates that are free and easy to use and modify. And then you can integrate graphics into assignments, posts, letters, so much more. It's fun, easy to learn, and constantly getting better. So here is a reference page. So if you click on these links, it'll actually take you directly to those websites. Give them a try, sign up for yourself, test it out. If you like it, try to integrate it into your classroom somehow. And if not, it was just 5-10 minutes of your time you spent exploring a new tool and resource that you can use. That's the end of my presentation. I really thank you guys for sticking with me the entire time, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the response, and I'll get back to it as soon as I can. Thank you very much.